Good morning.
It's a little different this week, having the ball to end the game, right? I mean, so many times the defense has been in that situation. Just speak to that moment, that drive that you guys had there, Jared conducted, and just being able to win it at the end.
It's a situation we always work, that 2 minutes before the half, 2 minutes to end the game. And I just thought the guys executed, 14 plays at the end of that game with that drive. I thought the way they executed was outstanding.
What about the way in general you cut down on penalties in that game too?
You know,
It was 3, was it?
Yeah, well, we felt like, if we don't stop ourselves, we feel like people have a hard time stopping us. So, there was no aggressive penalties, no pre-snap penalties. There was a couple of delay games on the offense side of the ball, but one of those was intentional. But I thought they did a heck of a job with the discipline and poise with the penalties.
Is that the intentional one where Goff just backed up like that, just put his hands out? And there was,
What's that?
is that one of the intentional ones when Goff just backed out of the time goal?
Yeah, they gave us a look, for a play that we had, and he wanted to, take that delay, and it might have been a good one.
I think there was one other delay. Dan said some of those do have to get cleaned up. Why have there been some of those delays?
It's been some of it just communication. Play call, maybe you miss a word, you miss something, and you got to get the play again, now the clock's ticking. So you do have some of that, especially in those hurry-up situations.
How do you make sure that the gains that you guys made in the passing game, use some of the downfield shots that you're able to continue to, keep that going?
We look, absolutely. These guys work hard, man, and we've been trying to improve that all year. And I think it's coming, especially when you get guys outside, like a Josh, a guy with some length and size. And like I said all along, JG can make all the throws. So we just got to keep pressing the ball down the field, and we'll get our share.
What jumps out about Denver? Statistically, it looks like really good defense, but when you turn down the film, what maybe pop the most about them?
I think they have two of the better safeties in the game, and they can absolutely wreck a run game if your receivers don't block the force defenders on the edge, and that's going to be a challenge for us right there. But overall, they got Bradley Chubb, he's an elite rusher, and Reed is playing outstanding on the other side. So they've always had a good defense. And so I was in that division with those guys. I know them pretty well. But if we don't stop ourselves, I like our chances. I can tell you that.
Maybe this isn't the right environment for this question, given maybe requires a deeper answer. But just I was watching again the Brock Wright touchdown play,
Yeah.
and all the nuances that go into that, from the late shift for Jason in the backfield, and just everything that makes that play successful. And I know nothing is new in football; all these things have been around forever. But when you're constructing a playbook and designing plays, I'm wondering how something like that comes together over time.
Brock, first of all, he's faster than what people give him credit for. He's a big man, but he can run. And just having him up and doing a good job in the run game with that same shift, makes a big difference. And we see things off of that, and we design plays off of that. And that's what you saw with that play right there. Brock got behind the secondary pretty quick, and we got the ball up to him just in time.
And that's something you plug in the playbook based on what you've seen on film.
Absolutely.
How they react.
Absolutely.
You mentioned, Jared can make all the throws. Have you seen something, or what is it? Lynn, in what situations do you find him more willing to push the ball downfield? Because sometimes,
I think the more he practices with guys, the more he get. I've said it. He's a trust guy, and if he trusts you, he will give you an opportunity. And I think he's starting to have more confidence in the people around him, and I think you're going to see more shots down the field because of that. And it's intentional now. We want to push the ball down the field some. It's been taught in the classrooms. Pushing the ball down the field. Ben Johnson's working with the passing game more, and the timing of it, getting the ball out of your hands, and not worrying about turning the ball over. Just let it fly. All those discussions we've had.
is it easier said than done, though? The player has to, it's easy to say, yeah, I want to do it, but maybe there's some trepidation about, I don't want to make that turn on the 2 and get the back of his head.
I'm sure, because we have made some, but I'm sure it's there, but we still have to force it down the field when we need to.
Talk about trust too, and obviously him and Josh, they have that from being in LA together. So how long does that come for, or take for you to get that with some of the other guys?
It's been 12 games now, so It's time. It's time.
Does a performance like last week, when, like Dave said, when you do have success and you see it come to fruition, it's one thing to practice it and teach it and all that stuff, but when it shows up in a game and Jared has a game like that, is that just, does that trust become?
Absolutely. It just breeds confidence, momentum, and, you know, it makes you want to throw it down the field more. No doubt.
How important was that first type of those shots to Hawkinson for his confidence, maybe to look downfield more?
To me, that was one of his best throws of the night, was that throw right there. I mean, that was a small window, and that was a big boy throw, and he made it, so that was nice.
Does that kind of get him rolling, feel more comfortable to take those shots?
You know, I would think so, you know, and to see Hawk go up and high point that ball and come down with it, absolutely.
I have another question about design and, I guess, intention. You had the play in the red zone where Decker moved to the right side and had TJ line up at left tackle. How much of that is just to cause, I guess, confusion or panic in a defense of what they're seeing?
You know, that's our unbalanced sets. We've run it 4 or 5 times this year, and we've been very successful in our unbalanced. That's why we did it in the passing game. But it can create matchup advantages, and at the same time, like you said, just cause some confusion and slow the defense down. You'd be surprised how many times, you know, a defense can't get lined up to an unbalanced set. So every now and then you got to test them with it.
This is kind of follows on that, but this is very broad, but can you think just through the course of your coaching career, like, you know, how ideas form, right? Like, as you've got more experience coaching, do you find yourself, like, coming up with different ideas, you know what I mean? Like as a young player, right, maybe you're not, you know, you're focused on different things, right? And same thing with the coach, so as you go deeper in your coaching career, do you find yourself more?
I'll be honest with you. There's not a lot of new ideas out there, to be honest with you. it's how you execute them, and it's when you call them, you know. But you know, every now and then something will come up, and you'd be surprised how much stuff come up by accident, you know, that you like and that you do run in a game. But we study a lot of tape, and we just do the best we can to put our guys in ideal situations.
Were you surprised at the Viking defensive coverage on that last play, as that play was setting up to a run? Are you thinking, oh, we have a good chance at success here?
We felt that way going into the game, absolutely. I don't think Patrick Peterson would have played that far off, but yeah. you know.
How confident are you if you don't have Evan Brown this week, you just sort of what the next setup is there?
You know, Ryan went in, I believe it was a couple weeks ago when Evan went down for a little while, and I thought he went in and handled himself really well. But now he's going to have to do it for 4 quarters now.
It's like, you know, you guys have talked about how smart Evan is, and that's why he was able to handle that. Just where's Ryan fall on that scale?
Brother, we're going to find out. yeah.
Just one last thing, how much relief did you have just to get that win? I mean, just to get the elephant off your back, per se, to, you know, for the team, for you.
It was good. It was good. And I think you saw some emotions in the locker room. And it wasn't that we thought we just won the Super Bowl. It was just to get that monkey off our back. And now you know that you can win. And I tell you, it's been a long time coming. It was too long, in our opinion. But you saw a lot of emotions in the locker room after that. So we just got to remember how that felt, because we want to feel that way again.